Good morning. Hello. I mean, it might not be morning for you where you are, but it is for me. So, yeah. I woke up this morning and I was literally dizzy from lack of sleep, as my son was keeping me up all night, and I had to sleep in an extra hour. So, sorry for starting a little bit late. Okay. So we need to get over, let's see, custom multiplayer, Halo 2 Classic. Just get this started with Waterworks, because that way we can use that as a reference, like usual. So we've got the game, and we've got Slayer 3D model. It's doing that thing where sometimes whenever I switch to a different program, it'll just sit there and shoot a whole bunch. And it spawned me in just the right spot. This is exactly what I was wanting to fix up. I wanted to set up the these side rails and stuff. I was having a ton of trouble with that corner right there. I don't know if you can see that in the lower right corner. This side, it's covered by rock, and this side it isn't. And trying to get that angle right has been a pain in the butt. Let's see. Yeah. So is that gonna make me start shooting? No. Okay, good. So this should be pretty simple. Really selecting. Oh, my selection box is just gone. I see. Sometimes that happens. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do want to attach to the bottom, don't I? Yeah, because this one has been scaled down slightly. Okay. That will... There we go. I need to straighten this out. Nope. Wait, what? Okay, that was weird. Pivot point, 45 degrees. Down. Don't know the exact amount I need to bring it down. Probably around there. Excuse me. And I need to shrink this a lot. Okay, so it needs to come back a little bit more. That would actually be a good indicator, is where this little edge is. Just jumped right into the into the forging, I suppose. But yeah. Okay, so that's pretty long. I can bring this down to more match the length of the original. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit shorter than that. Might be easier to know once I put my light there exactly how thin or wide it should be. And, so yeah, prefabs. Corner box lights. Where is it putting it? Here. That's weird. Snap to ground. Turn off magnets. Rotate. Rotate it around. And put it in the ground. Hey, check the retweet I just put up on Twitter. Oh, okay. Whoa. That's pretty cool. That's really awesome. This is the one you're talking about, right? I also saw the tree you made that's also really awesome. Oh, they're using air ducts for crates so that you can walk inside of them. That's really clever. Like those right there. And then they just added an extra panel on the side, which is that, I forget what piece that is, but they flattened it and stuck it to the side of it, or they added the decal. One or the other. That's really clever, really cool. And they built out their own cranes to match, I forget what this is. Let's see. Oh, he used your trees. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, this is a really cool map. Big team battle, it looks like. I like this a lot. That's awesome. 85% complete, not even done yet. That's really cool. I assume that was the one you're talking about because that's the most recent one you put up there. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I see what you're saying, yes. Oh, he didn't use them? Oh, okay, I gotcha. You put it all together yourself. That's really awesome. Oh boy, what do I have selected right now? But yeah, that's awesome. It looks great. It's 85% done. He was saying for is that for both of y'all's parts? What is up with my tools? Everything's gone. I think I need to immediately quit and go back in because this is like when I select stuff, it's not putting a highlight around it. Let me try it with the mouse select, see if it'll act different. Nope. All the swamp and mountains with the trees are hand placed. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, apparently I need to save it and then leave and come back in because right off the bat selection boxes, like it's not putting a highlight on my objects that I have selected, and also my movement or my little move tool wasn't showing up. So, yeah. Let me, while that's loading, I can just pull that back up again. But yeah, that is really cool. You're saying, so you said the swamp as well is hand place. You're saying this is not water from, this is what, like energy shields and stuff like that? Or how'd you pull, is this so this isn't the swamp from the base map? Forgera. I need to actually go to there again. I think I opened it up when I very first made it. Or not very first made it, is probably there for a long time. I don't know. But and then I hadn't touched it again. Forever. I need to go back there. Because I've just been doing this. Okay, now my selection is actually showing up. That's good. So now I can select this, and it'll show up and as a prefab and everything. Okay, I've had, let's see. Waters from Myers default. Oh, okay, it is. Okay, cool. No trees on the forest. So the same water that's on here. Cool. So it's that water. Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought for a second I thought you were saying you even figure out a way to make really, you know, swampy looking water too, because the whole thing looks great. And I was just yeah. So I'm gonna. How do you? Oh, right. You hold down this and then ungroup. So I found that this light, it moves. If I don't do that, it's like really wonky. In fact, it appears to have moved just by saving and then leaving and then coming back in. It has slightly moved, and I'm gonna need to manually fix it. Last time it went all the way down to the ground level underneath my entire map. The other, like 3 of them did on the other side of the map. And I don't know why. It's just like maybe that item is bugged out in Forge. I don't know. But yeah, okay, so it's the same water that's on here, yeah. That is really cool. And it's definitely going to be a like, I don't know, like, is it a reference, like remake of a map from something else, or is it a specific or is it like an entirely original map, by the way? Because I was the way that they said the name, it almost sounded like it was going to be, it was like a remake of some kind from like maybe Call of Duty or something, but I don't know. There's still some stuff I need to edit, like terrain blending and whatnot. Yeah. That's a big thing on the Blood Gulch map that's out right now, is they got it out day 1, and I'm sure that was the main goal of releasing that map, because it's really cool and fun to play on, but the one downside to it is that it's definitely a day 1 map. You know, they didn't do any terrain blending, it looks like, at all. But that's not you know. Battlefield 3, gotcha. Oh, actually I played Battlefield 3. I felt like I recognized it a little bit, but I wasn't really sure. And now that you say that, yes, I did. In fact, I tested Battlefield 3 at EA professionally, but only for one day. It was a like facility-wide. Hey, we want you to get into here and test it, stress test the servers, and then they were telling me that they wanted to get the press in on a press day. They did it again because the press was all playing it. They wanted lots of people to be playing it, so that it felt like actually playing the game for them. It was pretty cool. Hello. Bonjour. How's it going? Yeah, I saw you followed me on Twitter. That was pretty awesome. I am still very noobish on Twitter. Okay, there are things on that website I still don't even know how to do. So many crates. That's Clint, by the way. He's big on in the Halo forging space. I'm sure everyone knows him and not me. So let's see. So at least I feel like he's quite big. So let's see. So many crates on that map, it's insane. Noobs together strong. Okay, yeah. If that was made on Halo 5, we would be out of budget 3 times over. Oh, for sure. That's one of the craziest things about this, is how amazing the budget is. I mean, you can see this building is probably like at least Halo Reach's budget. I doubt this would be necessarily Halo 5's budget, but this building alone is only 10%. Well, wait. Is 10% of this budget Halo 5's budget, actually? I feel like you're bigger than me, Clint. I feel like you're big on the not bigger than me specifically, I mean, but bigger, like big in general on Twitter. I feel like both of you guys are your trees are like really popular. And then Clint's been all over like every single comment section, and so I see his name a lot between the two of y'all. Let's see. Let's see. I only have 200 followers. Yeah, I mean, still. I don't know. I'm just talking about like who's replying to who and stuff like that. Again, very noobish to Twitter. I have no idea what I'm talking about, I suppose. But yeah. Okay, so if that was made on Halo 5, let's see, if they ever drop Xbox One support for the game, then 343 can easily... Yeah. I think so too. I think that it's... What they could even do is do like a semi-drop of support, you know what I mean? Like they could make it to where if you get to a certain budget, it's, kicks you from being... It makes your map unplayable on, on Halo... I mean, on Xbox, like, One. So this is interesting. I didn't clip the corner. I need to do that. But yeah. Like, if they make it to where there are certain game modes where it's... either certain game modes or certain maps. Like if you could toggle something and it would just hit a toggle and it would give you a bigger budget, but your map is no longer playable on Xbox One, then that would be great. I think that'd be especially great if it's an optional thing that you can just click, because then they would they'd be able to control if like they'd be able to say, what am I trying to say? You'd have better control over your map if they make it toggle. and then also if they do that, then it would be I had just lost my train of thought. Like I said, lack of sleep right now. Okay, so I definitely need some angles. I think I'm gonna grab these and put 2 of them because I know this is gonna get me the correct rust texture. And I know it's already scaled to the right thing. Well, I don't know. If I can do triangle, let me try the angles. Let me try the triangles. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying. I said something about you could toggle. So oh yeah, so if you could toggle to make it to where you have a larger budget, then you'd have the ability to decide if you want if you don't need that, then it would make it to where it would still be available for everybody, and that'd be really nice. That'd be much better than not being available for everybody to play. But then it would also allow you to do it if you need it, you know? Because like if you get to near the end of a map and you're like, man, this is unfinished, it's garbage, I don't like it, and I want to be able to put more detail into it, then that would be like you're out, you know? Be able to do this thing where you'd be able to just toggle this thing on and suddenly have a larger budget and be able to finish out the map, which I think would be really helpful. I think I was a little worried that this is not lining up correctly, and I think it might not be. Like these rocks, well, they're lined up with all this, so this might just need to be longer by a little bit because there's going to be a rail there. But yeah. Let's see. I mean, a lot of my followers, by the way, were from back whenever I was doing Dungeons and Dragons content. So you say you only have 200 followers, Clint, but I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I might have like something like 600 followers on there, but that's mostly people who originally followed me for Dungeons and Dragons on Twitter. And then I suppose I have betrayed them because I've switched to Halo instead. Let's see, I think it was C? Yes. And then I need to change this color shift and get rid of it. So I'm sitting there. I mean, they haven't unfollowed me, so maybe they're interested in Halo. Or maybe they're just not getting my nonsense. The point is that I technically I'm only looking a little bit like I've got a lot of followers. So I've been doing Metal Scratched. I don't remember if y'all saw this or not before, but Metal Scratched is gray on some and rusty on others. And so gold metal works whenever it's not rusty like you want it to be. You can up it a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. I can remake like Waterdeep. Would be actually probably a hugely popular map, and that would be awesome. It's like, hey, I remade Waterdeep in this. And actually, you could probably very easily pull off like RPG elements in this, which would be really cool. So, I mean, what do you call it? Last Spartan Standing already has basically leveling up. You know, you get experience points and level up and get better weapons. And it is not snapping to this piece. But, I think that's about length. Let's see. No. Well, anyway, I want it pretty much centered. Let's see. Let's see. I want to do an RPG map with quest and stuff like that. Yes, exactly. Like, it would be super cool. It would also be cool to incorporate that into like a normal Halo map. Like you make a regular Slayer map and somehow incorporate all this like RPG stuff into it. Like it'd be cool to have an actual like RPG like in StarCraft and Warcraft. They always had this you know, they always had these what do they call it? They called them RP maps, I think they called them. And they were basically like RPGs. Well, those were more like acting. And then there was like actual, like more like RPG style maps. And basically everything that's in Warcraft 3 should just be rebuilt into this. I have the intention to make Hero Wars soon, based on just the bots. It would be, actually. I had seen someone suggest that once, and I was like, ooh, I would love to do that. I have no idea how to do that. I didn't play, didn't get to play Among Us. I was like I would love to, I would love to have an Among Us map, because it just looks like a really fun game, but I literally didn't even get to play it. I haven't played it, and the fat is sort of slowly dying, and so I kind of missed out on that, and I honestly don't have enough friends that have it. I don't even think I technically own it. So I was a little, you know, I didn't get to do that. I haven't gotten to play it. So I didn't really want to be the one who makes it, because I don't know how to make it, because I never really played it. It's just one of those games that got super popular and I never got to play. I'm sure I could have gotten to play it if I had tried hard enough. But yeah. Is that clipping? No, okay. I saw some Z fighting over there for some reason, then it suddenly disappeared. This one is, but let's see. Let's move it just a hair out. It's probably going to be able to be snapped to something later, because I over here I know you're going to be walking underneath these platforms, so I actually built it to look kind of nice. And in the official one in Halo 2, it would probably just be this metal across the whole bottom. But I really liked the way this looked with the border, and so I just kind of left it like that. I might still make it more like the original, but I just like the breakup of texture. Although this kind of looks bad here, because this thing has to be all one texture, so I think. Maybe it doesn't. Let's see. Oh, it does have two swatches. I can go down to C. Yeah. Okay. Oh, right. I think I had it like that because I used to not have this going all the way across, so I needed the side to look like the railing to make it look right. But now that I have the rail... Oh, basically, I had it... This piece was visible there, underneath that angled rail. And, basically, yeah. So, here we go. But now it's not, because I adjusted that. Okay, let me read that. What you got there? Oh no, it's just Among Us map. I thought that was new. Yeah, so... I would just... There are a bunch of different styles. I saw someone was going to do a survival map. I forget who it was. And I was into that. They want to bring in a survival game, you know, gameplay. And I was, once again, pointing that person, I forget who it was, back to Warcraft 3 and saying, well, look, Ice Troll Hunters was one of the most popular game modes. You always saw it up on there. There's always someone playing it. And, so basically, and I was like, look, if you go and look at that, you can see they create campfires. The campfires keep them safe at night, and you do all sorts of stuff like that. It's a really good mechanic. It's really good game mode. And I think that's exactly what you're looking for. So if you use that as like a model, then you can, then you could easily, you know people were having fun with that, so you can pull from a lot of that gameplay. as sort of inspiration. And personally, I still feel that way. I think that'd be great. Let's see. I just moved it again. Okay. So this needs to go... turn back on magnets. What tree should I try next? Can't do Japanese ones for obvious reasons. Yeah. Oh, I did have a thought on that last night. And you've probably already tried this. Have you tried with those sakura trees? If you can, like, if you put two different light volumes in the same place and see if they'll, like, merge together and bleed together, like a darker red and then also the pink, and maybe make the pink look less neon somehow. I don't know if that'll work or if that actually does anything. And, like, tone down the pink's brightness and tune it that way. Try and create it. You probably already tried this, but I was just thinking, it was literally, I was trying to sleep last night and I was like, whenever my son was keeping me up, I was like, okay, so what if he did this? And I was in a very tired stupor, so I was, you know, just coming up with weird stuff. I was also thinking about this angle and why I couldn't figure it out yesterday. I had so many of these off stream, trying to figure out how to get something in there. And it's just, can't figure it out for the life of me. I think this should work. Like, while I was laying in bed last night, I was like, this should be able to do it. This should handle it right here. Doesn't make any sense that it doesn't. It should be able to, you know, but I think it has to do with where it scales. Like, yeah. It depends on your source size, but I don't think it would work. Okay, yeah. I don't know how source size works. I was messing with that, and I was like, I can barely tell what's changing on this thing. So, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know at all how what you're talking about actually works. How did you do colored leaves? Oh yeah, this is really cool. You should listen to this. It has to do with lights. I haven't touched vegetation yet. Yeah, lights, exactly. It's like... Oh, it's the clipping. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. I think I did something wrong. This should be back here and that should be there, to be honest. And I did this one in the wrong place. Because I had this rail angled already in a good place, and then I went and was about to move it based on the location of my floor. I did try it again last night. The red tree turned into an oak tree I put up on Twitter. Okay, cool. Yeah, I did see that oak tree actually. I think I might go ahead and I would like to use your red one then, because actually I was realizing last night that I think there are like red sakura style flowers on Sanghelios and in Halo 5. So it would make perfect sense to have a slightly red sort of style. And that would definitely, you know, that would suit what I need. What? Oh, jeez. Oh, I've got my selection thing messing up, that's why. What is happening? Okay. Let's undo that and mess up my angle here. So the pink tree we were having trouble with because it was, you know, it's very neon. It's a really cool idea, but for some reason the pink comes out like neon lights, which I don't fully understand because it's kind of magic to me right now. I haven't figured out. I haven't done anything with like that yet. But we'll probably have more details for you. Where is my... Like, it's trying to snap there, and that's no good. That's not what I want. And then I rotated it. Change my pivot point, and... Nope. Shrink this. Okay. So my daughter has woken up early, and I think I'm gonna I have to get her some breakfast before I keep going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause it in a second and get her breakfast, and then I'm gonna come back. Normally I would turn it off whenever they wake up, but she's woken up a lot earlier today than she normally does. Okay. Yeah, it's not a soft pink. Exactly, yeah. Cyber tree. Yeah, exactly. Since you are using lots of lights and not coloring actual foliage. And I can pull it up on stream if you want right now. Let me see if I can... Notifications. No, it's message. It's a direct message. This was the best version. So... And this was with the... Only because the sunset sort of counters it a lot. Like over here, you've got more of a regular pink. But then over here, it's still super neon. And you can kind of, you know... You can tell how bright it is. I know this is on a little tiny corner of the screen, probably, so... but if you're looking close, you can kind of tell. Maybe I should... Let's see... Don't know if I can make it bigger, but yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, a red one would be really cool. And to explain what I want to use them for, again, is because, well, first off, it's, you know, Yoroi, obviously, would be a great thing to be able to have that tree for. But then aside from that, I wanted to... Yeah, geez, it's not wanting to magnet to this piece for some reason. I wanted to... I have an idea for a cliff map that's like... Just... Actually, you know what? The red tree fits a lot, because I was considering naming the map sort of after Chibi from, you know, the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. With the idea of... You know, Chibi, it translates to Red Cliff, and it was a major battle location during one of the most important battles, where like you know, Liu Bei and I think it's Sun Quan at the time. I think his father had already died. Sun Jian had already died by then, if I remember correctly, and they light the basically Shu and Wu are allied together against Wei, and Wei has all these ships and they're really powerful, and they're attacking, and they have them under siege because like it's like a river going up to a cliff where there's like a little fortress there, and the battles because they're under siege, they are able to or they're forced to basically figure out some clever way of getting out of it, and they do, and it has to do with one of their most trusted advisors, you know, switching sides, and it turns out that it's a lie. And if you play Dynasty Warriors, you'll know all of this basically. But there was a really good movie on Netflix a while back that was called Red Cliff, that also depicted it very well and had all the right characters alive, instead of being like Dynasty Warriors, where they'll just make the ones that they have 3D models for, they'll make those be the ones that are alive and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll check Twitter. Let me read the rest of this in case. If we had Twitter, If we had a white tree as a default like Halo 5, then pink would work. Yeah, since pink is just red with white mixed in. Yeah, exactly. So you could just do a red one, like red color, and then you could just tint it. Yeah, that makes sense. Nice. Okay, so is your Ghost of, this is the Ghost of, like the actual image from Ghost of Tsushima. And it didn't open. Oh, I copied the link address instead of opening it to the page. So this is from Ghost of Tsushima, and then this is the one you just sent me. Yeah, that looks really great. Actually, yeah. That one on the left looks really perfect. That looks just like a soccer tree. Like the kind that's like pink and white. Like, how did you figure something out? How did you do that? It looks like you solved it. Am I saying this right? The pink one's from Halo 5. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Oh man, I was overexcited. Use a glacier tree as a base. Yeah, that would be nice. And they are working on. Okay, there's a leak that they're working on. Yeah, you can't do that in Infinite. That's what it would look like if we had a white tree. I understand what you mean now. Oh hey, look at that. My snapping is working now. And now it is too far. Oh no, it was snapping to the floor. Dang it. Oh jeez. Okay. Yeah, okay, I understand now. It's I got too excited, I guess. But yeah, no, Halo 5 looks really good. I just, as far as like appearances go, like graphics and stuff like that, quality and stuff, I just got completely thrown off. Like, it still looks good. I don't like the art style personally, but it looks great as far as graphics are concerned. But yeah, once we get tree coloring, that will make Japanese trees much easier to make. Yeah, I hope they just like add a tree eventually that you can like recolor, or branches that you can recolor and you can place them wherever you want. You know, would be nice to make your you're currently the tree person as far as I can tell, and you're probably going to remain that way until you know, Infinite is done. Let's see, I think I need to snap it back over here because I messed up my height. There we go. Because your prefabs are still going to be up on there for the rest of Infinite, and they're going to look great no matter how much time passes. But no, you know, but I'm sure you as well would kind of hope they invalidate all of your efforts just by making a tree that, like, pieces that could just be put together, because that would just make your life so much easier as well. I almost tabbed out of editing this thing, like it's Blender. Oh man, so I almost forgot. Just remembered again that I do need to go feed my daughter. So, like, get her some food. So I'm going to finish up this railing, and then I'm going to take a slight pause because of that. Not yet, obviously, but in a minute. And whenever I do, I'll come right back right afterward. I'm just going to get her some cereal, like some breakfast. But yeah. Alright, see you later. Let's see, I'll attempt a pink one again, and if I can find a color that's closer, because it's soft pink turning white, that's required. Yeah. I wonder if, what am I doing? I wonder if, like I was saying, if there's a way to blend it with something else, like a pink or like a white maybe, like you're saying. I'm not sure. Have to adjust that rail. Let's see. Okay, so that needs to be a little bit taller. Let me snap there, actually. And, but yeah, if they could just very kindly invalidate all of your efforts to make your new, to make it to where you could make even nicer trees in the future, would be nice. Or at least give us a white tree. I mean, how are we supposed to make Gondor without a white tree, you know? We just can't, you know? It's just impossible. And if we're gonna remake everything in StarCraft and Warcraft, then yeah, we need a Gondor. I don't know why we didn't get glacier trees at launch. Yeah, we got a bunch of snowy rocks and stuff like that, but I think they are... I want to say that they're... Oh yeah, I think I was going to say that a minute ago. There's a leak that they are making a glacier map. Basically, right. Like, it's in the works right now, and that's going to be one of the first later added palettes. But, like I said, it's only a rumor. And it's kind of like there's no telling. It was I think it was B, maybe it wasn't. Someone leaked a list of maps that are coming out with each update soon, and they were talking about basically that. So let me switch to, I'll do Blender with this. So I need to make these little sort of crenellations. Crenelles. Wait, crenelles, that's the dip, I believe. The crenelles are the actual cutout in the wall, I believe. Which means I don't remember what the actual thing is called. Okay, so if I... Now this one angle's wrong. I need to... This one won't give me the right angle. I might need to just do triangles, then like build something out. The annoying thing is that I won't be able to get that slope where the inner wall is like the inner part. Here, let me... it's tiny for you guys, so let me go ahead and zoom in on one of these things. And also, my zoom is all wonky, so moving around is hard. Let me go ahead and select what I want to do and hit period, and then tab back out of edit mode and select nothing. So this kernel right here, you can see it's kind of, it's thinner on this slope than it is on this, or like on this, on the inner part than it is on the outer part, which gives a really cool angle to it. But unfortunately, I don't believe I'm going to be able to do that because it's just that's too much detail. Oh, Twitter. Yeah, send me something. And for some reason, it reset me up to the top. Is that? Did you figure it out? Is this in it? Like, I already thought the Halo 5 trees were were from Infinite, but that's definitely a sidekick. So this is definitely Infinite, right? So that looks perfect to me. Like that, I mean, yeah, it looks like you solved it. That looks fantastic. Man. That is amazing. It looks like you got it. How did you solve it? How'd you figure it out? I'm just waiting for you to be able to reply because I know there's a lag on the stream. It's always a delay. If I can find that color again, I'll redo it. What color is that? Because that looks, that would work. And honestly, that alongside the red ones, would probably be fantastic. Let's see, what am I looking for here? I think I want to do ramps. No, hold on. What am I doing? Oh, I'm in the wrong menu. Okay. I think I'm just gonna select this one. If I can find that color again, I'll redo it. Not a clue. I have to look again. That makes sense. So yeah, that honestly works. That one looks great. I mean, I know that, like, you know, it's possible that it could be better, and it is in really bright lighting, so maybe the neon effect is sort of being mitigated by the brightness. But that's, you know, that's a good thing, because that means you found a way to make it work. But yeah. Come on, what's going on here? Oh, I'm in the wrong movement. That's going on. I was moving by object. So this is terrible scale. Let's see. I did that tree a few days ago, but I don't know what I did to make it like that. Yeah, that would be a really cool way to sort of reverse engineer and figure it out. Like, that'd be a cool one to do. I think I had started to explain to anyone who was here why I wanted Sakura trees so badly, and then I just stopped talking. This is too wide, isn't it? This angle is too much. Very much so. This is going to be a huge... That's a huge... what is the word? Not. I mean, I'll just call it a crenellation. I know it's not technically correct to be... But, you know, whatever. So I need this to be like that, probably. Let's see, to test map we go. Yeah, that. Yeah, if you happened to have saved it off before you like quit out, then you might have an old version of that map that has that on it. I don't know if that's the case, but you might. That looks like the correct width. And then this needs to also be way shallower. And thinner. I don't know how far back you're gonna have to go, though. You might have to go back a long ways to find it or something, so who knows. That is one of the coolest features of this, by the way. Like, that, the way that that's saved, that is actually really underrated. How well they do the whole multiple saves of your, like, the way you can quickly just save off a copy of your map, and then most of the time it's just like, good, headache gone, I know it's saved. But then to be able to go back to those older maps, like those older copies, and, like, you know, pull it up again and grab stuff out of it or anything like that is crazy cool. Like, that's something that that basically that Warcraft 3 and other map makers just do not have, even remotely. You know, this is just above my head level. This is too tall. And hey, in the future, while you're doing the experimentation with the trees, anytime you get like one that you like, you can always make a duplicate of it and line them up, which you probably are already doing. But having your test map be full of trees would be pretty great. I was making a Unity game and haven't worked on it in a while. But I was making a game in Unity, and whenever I did that, whenever I was working on that, I had one area of my scene that was just all maps. I mean, all trees and like foliage and stuff like that I was building. Let's see, duplicate this. I think I'm gonna line that up in the middle. This one, and then, well, actually no, it'd be easier to scale it this way. But yeah. So I know the feeling of having just like a foliage-filled map. I was using their tree builder built into Unity. Did I somehow? Oh, it's just not the right height. Let's see. Or well, it's just called tree builder actually, not foliage builder. But yeah, let's put some scratches on here, or roughness, so it matches the rest. Go like that. And add some scratches. It's like the actual scratches. Nope, that's mud. I definitely need to take my break for a second. And maybe that just calls out the differences, the different pieces. Maybe I need to bring these scratches down instead of making those match them. There. Now the scratches just look like part of it. What's going on? Oh, hey, how's it going? It's going pretty good. I'm just trying to make this Waterworks. We're talking about trees right now. We're talking about the trees as Wilco's making. I assume that's how you pronounce your name. It's good. That was my attempt. And they're amazing. I can pull some up for you because we have them on, at least down in the little corner. I've got this is one that he's looking for right now in old versions of his map because he can't remember what color he used to make this soccer tree. This is from Halo 5. And then this is from Ghost of Tsushima. And he had made a red one. And so that might be what I'm gonna use. But we were talking about a map that I have in mind, and also, you know, because he's making all these really cool trees. You can just call me Wilco or Aaron. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. And yeah, it's really cool. I don't know if you've seen Andrew. I don't know if you've seen his Twitter stuff, but he's got like he's making all those really amazing trees that are on there. And you can actually find him under the same name on Twitter, and if you want to follow him and find his prefabs, because he's releasing them all online for the in the file shares, which is really cool. Let's see. I think this needs to go over here. And I keep saying I need to take that break. I really do. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna take a break so I can go get my daughter her breakfast before she, you know, gets upset. So this is my like really hastily, like that's my own break scene. It's very poorly put together. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, so, and I'll get back into it. So, yeah, we were making we were talking about the trees. But yeah, I don't remember what we were talking about exactly before I walked away, but let's see. There we go. So far it's not on version 1 through 7. Okay. It's possible that it only existed for a minute and that she ended up having to ended up, you know, deleting it, thinking, or like searching for a different color. And if that's the case, then sad, but such is life. But that just means that it's in there. That means that we could find it again. I'm aiming that tiny little corner at the bottom of the screen inside of the text. Gone like a fart in the wind, exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Line that up there. Oop, no. Not so much. I think I've got this wrong. I think I was in the middle of explaining the map that I was going to do. It's nowhere to be found, so I'll have to redo it. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah. But we know it's there. We know it's in the. We know it's a possible color, so that's good. What's up with my movement? It's so jarring right now. I'm trying to get this to line up. Tried with the mouse, and it also was giving me trouble. Maybe it's my own hand. It seems like it's jumping. Okay. Let's decrease snap. I don't know if I don't think y'all were watching or anything at the time, but there was one of the streams I did. I accidentally ended it early. I don't know how I'm gonna get that to line up. I accidentally ended it early because I pressed minus while in the mouse and keyboard mode. And what that did was it made it to where minus is how you change your, your movement snap up there, left and right on the D-pad for the controller, obviously. And I was trying to just adjust that, and what I ended up doing was I had that what do you call it? Mapped to my end and begin stream button in OBS, so I ended up just immediately canceling my entire stream. It was pretty funny, and I didn't know it had happened. Like, I was just sitting there, willfully unaware, or blissfully unaware, unwillfully, blissfully unaware, and just sitting there having, time of my life, continuing to forge, and it was just, yeah, it was pretty funny. I had to re-upload the video. But that's just, like you said, noobs together strong. Well, yeah, definitely noob. But yeah. Let me select all of these and do them all at once. And then rotate them around. Let's see, and did I change this thing? Or just the angle of the ground? I don't know. change it or not. No, that works. Okay, cool. But yeah. Let's see. Did that just line up on its own? Yes, that just scaled perfectly to line up. Wow. It doesn't happen too often. Good news. Like the sound of that. Twitter, okay. Let's see. Here we go. Ah. Let's see. Nice. One, like just a little tuft of leaves. But that's all you need. That is awesome. That is the color. And actually it's got like a little hint of like orange and green and stuff inside there that makes it really feel like a tree, you know? Obviously that's the whole point of sakura flowers. They're super vibrant with their specific colors. But it does feel very real, you know, very alive to have that extra green in there. That's great. We have some kind of like cherry blossom tree in the front yard of our apartment, like in the front of it. It's really cool. That honestly looks a lot like that. It's really cool. That's perfect. So like basically, yeah. So now I can put that on my cliffside. It looks like everyone else has currently left, but that is because, you know, I'm so noobish about this. But yeah, who knows? Let's delete that and use this one because this one is not moving around like that. But yeah, I was about to start explaining the map again, and then I realized that everybody had left. So I was like, well, I guess I won't explain it because you were here whenever I explained it last time. The map idea I have. Okay. So apparently this one was also messed up, and I didn't even notice. Nope. Let's do just this. No magnets. Okay. There we go. Oh, I'm doing that, getting that bug again. There we go. Okay, and then duplicate. And the light slid. Why does it do that every single time? It's kind of infuriating, to be honest. Let's see. And if I change the rotation, this to here, to object, I can just slide left and right, even though this is at an angle. And then I can select this and very gently move it up this way. Oh, wow, I could have done that every other time. Look at that. And then moved it closer or farther away. Wow. Sounds good. Duplicate that. Yeah, and see that messed up the thing as well. Switch it to world. Then back to object, but rotate it. And then turn that on, go right in the middle, and got this light. Okay. Now this one. Control W. And it didn't deselect. Deselect all. There we go. Okay. So this is now looking really nice. This is, So I need to put a little bit of a ramp there. Dirt. And there needs to be a rock right there. Wait, yeah, here we go. Okay, biomes, rocks. Is it alpine? Is that what I was using? Yeah, alpine. This one looks exactly right. And it needs to be scaled down and then brought higher up, because this one is not that big. We can bring this down. Get it off object. There we go. Like it's stuck in the sand. And I'll have to I'm gonna put some rubble and stuff like that in these cracks to make them look nicer. Even them out, put a little dirt ramp there, and that'll look nice. For now, I'm still building out the structure. What I want to do right now is build down here now. Like these railings I want to finish up, but after that I want to come down here. So that's what I'm going to do next. Save it off. Was it ABS? Always be saving? Where'd I get that from? I don't even remember. ABS is I think the acronym of a program that that crashes a lot, and so they call it always be saving. I can't remember though. Let's see. So we need to look at this lower area, either in Blender or in Halo 2, or both really, to get everything just right. So that slope continues on down. I wonder if I shouldn't grab those triangles and literally just make them keep going. Because in here, looks like it's the same. Look, one of those lights is up on the ceiling there. So yeah, I think so. I think that would be a good idea. This is going to be a fun door to build. But I think that if I grab this and extend it all the way down, then that would probably be for the best. Also, this lower area is a lot shorter than I expected. I forgot for a little while here. I've been thinking that my rails. Let me go back into the game and show you that I was thinking that these ramps with rails were too short or the wrong angle or something. When we need to go down farther because they're so far away from down here. But I forgot there's a separate set of ramps that go down farther, and then to the balcony, and then the ladder, which I'm planning to script, by the way. Let me see if I can get back into the thing. What I want to do is I want to make ladders that work like Halo 1 and 2's ladders. Like, if you are not aware, which what those ladders are like, it would be like this. You just run into them and you go up. You stop moving and it stops going. You walk away and you fall off. And I think that what I'm going to do, I haven't quite decided exactly how I'm going to do it, but I think I'm going to basically treat it like a sort of like a treadmill, or like an elevator, I mean, with an invisible pathing blocker. If you can make those dynamic, then I'm going to put a pathing blocker under the ground that's really small and thin. That's that little tiny gap. And if you run into this area and you're not moving, it stays still. But if you're putting input on your joystick, then it's going up. And what I might do is actually, if your movement is 0, like if you're not moving, but your joystick is engaged, I think there's a way to do that, or your movement goes to, no, how did he do it? Red Nomster with his arcade set it to where your movement was not 0, it was nearly 0, so close to 0 is practically 0. And then whenever you moved in a certain direction, he would detect that and use that to move your character in the thing. But I need you to still be able to move off, so I can't set your movement to 0. So I can't do it the way that Red Nomster did it. I'm going to have to use some other method. And what I was thinking was that if you're something, I think you can pick get the movement speed, the vector 3 of somebody. Oh wait, yeah, no, what am I talking about? If you're in this trigger volume and your vector 3 is pointing in this direction, or that direction, like I can literally just grab a range in a vector 3, and I think that I can ignore anything else. Basically, if you're moving backwards while facing this direction, or forwards while facing this direction, and I can even make it to where you have to be looking up, because down here, if you're looking down and you run into it, nothing happens, because you'd be going down the ladder. Like if I go up like this, and then I look down, it'll go down the ladder. So I should be able to program all that. That should all work. Using vector 3s, you can find the angle they're facing as well as their movement speed. No, wait. I think you get the movement speed with vector 3. I might be being dumb. But then, yeah, this should be scriptable just like the ladders in here, and that will be a great prefab. That'll be something I can just throw up onto the thing, onto Twitter and stuff like that, and onto my file share, and make a prefab out of, because that would be amazing, just to have a little scriptable ladder, just a Halo 1, Halo 2 style ladder to throw into any map. And if I make it this length, actually I think I should make it half length, and then stack 2 of them on top of each other, or something like that. Oh, but anyway, I was thinking about the volume. So like while you're moving at it, what I'll do is I'll make a collision, what do you call it? A pathing blocker, whatever they call them. They call them pathing blockers in Warcraft. Yeah, so basically you go up and the little blockers, and make it one of those. They're invisible, and I can make it just the right size and make it come up with you, and then if you're facing away from it and you walk forward, you'll fall off of that pathing blocker. You'll probably go, you might, if I don't program it right, you might move up a little bit right before you fall off, but that might actually be even better than just falling straight off. But anyway, yeah, that should be very doable. Question is if I can make it to where you can jump up like that and just grab onto the rail and go. That would require it to, as soon as it engages, move the pathing blocker like immediately beneath you. And then whenever you disengage, whenever you leave the trigger volume, I need to move it away. So basically, I might need a trigger volume, a pathing blocker for every single player, and that way it will be something that I can use to, do it. I know it looks like I'm playing in the corner there, but I just had to think about that for a little bit, because I've been thinking about that for a while and trying to think of how I was going to do it, and it all just kind of came to me. I think that should all work. I'm pretty sure that's all doable. Let me get to this side, which is the side. I think I'm building out this side right now. Right? Yeah, the angled corners. Yeah, crenellations. This is the correct side. So that should all be doable, and I really hope it is, because that would be awesome to be able to have those Halo 1, Halo 2, ladders. Red Nomster had made one where you, It's like a climbing system. It's like leaps and bounds rather than what I was just describing, where you basically, it was almost more like Assassin's Creed by comparison, which was really cool. It was in the Toy Story one, if anyone hasn't seen that. If you go watch his Toy Story video, his Toy Story map video, it's in that, and it's super cool. Okay, so I don't know the exact depth of this. I need to build that out first. Well, first of all, this thing doesn't need to be here. But, no. 45 degrees. And so I can bring that up. There we go. And I need to figure out the door and the slope and the floor and all of that. So if I go off of, I've got this lined up here correctly. I think these may need to be re-lined up because they're all wonky because I had to move this wall further out to line up with the slope better. And so they're not right and the floor's not right, so I can't actually line up correctly here. Nope, not the right one. This one. This needs to go out just to the end there. I need to bring this back down to the smallest increment possible. Yeah, that should work. That should be perfect. You're making a tree right now? Cool. Snapping is not working. Okay. Oh, by a tree, you mean the proper, like a full-blown Sakura tree after you found the thing you found. Did you... Oh, you probably had to prefab it, move it to your current version of the map, didn't you? To save yourself trouble later on. Let's see. That's what you're saying BRB for, I bet. Let's see. Turn off the magnets. Bring it in. As Mirabelle would say, bring it in, bring it in. Let's see. Is that right? Oh, jeez. Come on, man. Okay, let's click this. I'm sure there's something I'm doing wrong that's like triggering that bug. That if I did something different, would not happen anymore. Wait, where did it go? I just hit reset rotation and it's just disappeared. Oh, here it is. I had to build it from scratch. Oh, okay, cool. But you found the color, and that's the important thing. Okay. Pivot. Okay, so this is... I was doing increments of 15, then 5. Wait. What's happening? Okay, here we go. Okay, I've got a weird... Why is it clipping through that other rail? Oh, I messed up my platform. Okay, gotcha. I thought I had magnets off. Why did... Oh, I see. No, I've got it. It's just like this. There. And then I can... There. I think these are 20-degree slopes or something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and save it after having fixed that. And... W... Oh. That's convenient. The tool is up here now. I'm sure there were ways I could have made this happen with previous parts of the... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to move it. I am going to scale the rail. It's bugging out. There we go. Okay. Change pivot location. Change back to 45. Turn it all the way around. Change the pivot location. Oh, right. The location I moved down there. I don't want to change the pivot location. Scale, though. Object. Wait, no. There we go. The scaling is always on the object. Oh, yes. Twitter. I'm going to check that. 2 seconds. Okay, done. Alright, let's see. So you've got... Okay. Alright, work in progress. Oh man, that is gorgeous. That is very, very Sakura. And it's gonna lean out over the cliff and everything. That is perfect. That's amazing. That's gonna look great. Let's see. So, yeah. Here we go. Okay. I think I need to duplicate this and move it over here. So I will delete this one and delete. Wait, actually, you know what? Did I just duplicate it? Yes, I did. Okay, I realized that it's not even the rusty one. This is the one that was rusty. I think that this one... Like, it's called Rusto 1, but it's nowhere near orange enough. Metal... So, like... So, I would love... I was realizing that it actually would benefit my map to have both red and pink ones. Because I could sort of do like a red side of the map and a pink side of the map, you know? Gold metal, that works for the rest. And so it would be a lot like what you're doing would be amazing to have in red and pink. But if you want me to make the red and the other ones off of your original, that might, you know, if you want to save some effort, then that's fine by me too. I just but yeah, if you do release like a line of different shades of like different kinds of sakura trees, that would be really cool. I think a lot of people would like that, and you'll end up seeing a whole lot of people doing Yoroi maps off of them. For sure. But I can see that one, the one you're making right now. I can see it now, just like pouring leaves off of it off the side. Like I'm gonna have like a supernatural number of leaves just like coming off the sides of these trees. But I'm also gonna have a ton of trees up on the cliff behind that you'll be able to see. It'll be like really obvious that there's a lot more than originally, you know, you'll think. So hopefully that will give the illusion that it's that the wind is just blowing through all of them and making the trees, you know, the leaves come off, the petals, I mean. Let's see, turn off magnets. I think I need to go back to Halo 2, and I just realized that I should probably do that now just to be sure. I think these rails have the metal siding. Yeah, the side of them are metal, and they go really far down, but I'm gonna have to put a triangle there. to make sure it doesn't clip out of the side. Because it'll clip down here, fill up this area. Okay, so yeah. Actually, maybe a giant triangle rail anyway would be for the best, because it would be all one piece instead of having like having to worry about stuff. Oh jeez. Okay, there we go. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, that'll fix actually if I put this in there. Okay, that's already slated to be repaired on its own. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna put triangles. I'm going to duplicate this and put it inside and replace. Do I need to replace all the rails? Yeah, I guess I should replace these as well. So I can actually use these to snap this around a lot easier, I think. Let's see, magnets on, snap. And because this side is a little bit easier to work with, it's a little more finished. Oh, wait. Here we go. Bring it in until it's the exact same size as that one. There we go. Okay. Bring it a little further down. Actually, yeah, I can use that angle to eyeball that first, and then bring it up here. Let's see how that matches up. Pretty well. Not quite there yet. But also, I realized that I need it to be way longer than this. And that means it's going to mess up my slope anyway. So I actually need to get the length out first. And the length of these is that they basically match up with this. Twitter again. Okay. Let's see what you got. Where is it? Okay. Here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, this is gorgeous. Alright. Alright. This is perfect. Look at that. That is amazing. Yeah, post that to your Twitter. Like, just straight up post it. That's gonna get... That looks amazing. You've definitely outdone yourself, and that is like Ghost of Tsushima. That image alone, just like, you know, like the camera angle, the lighting, everything would be, that's going to be great. And you should 100% post that to your Twitter. I think I wonder if they expected that, like, QA testers do a lot of stuff during game development that will, you know, blow your mind what they've actually pulled off. Where's my... What is happening? What happened to my thing? Oh boy. Did it just... Oh wait, is it back? Oh, okay, there we go. I was gonna say it completely disappeared. And like there were things I built. I QA tested The Sims as well, and there were like houses I built in The Sims 4 that were like that. I mean, I wasn't like the best one, but like I did some really crazy crap that was in, of course, the you know, never released versions of the thing. You know, it was a test build, so I never put them up online, and I don't play The Sims, so I never like rebuilt them or anything. But like the Like, I wonder if QA has done anything close to as cool as that. You know what I mean? Like, they'll do all sorts of weird stuff just to test stuff, but like, that's like a really cool. That's a really awesome tree that you've made. Let's see. I mean, they keep saying that they didn't expect us. They didn't. They never saw this coming, or they never saw. Or they you know, are blown away by what we're making and stuff like that. And it might be a little bit corporate speak, but or like sort of like advertising, like PR, but it might not be, because this forge is so powerful that there is a good chance that they're actually amazed by what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, you can dream up things easier than you can make them. So it's very easy for them to have said, oh, well, I'm sure that someone could use this in this way, and just never did it themselves, you know? But, yeah. Let's see. I could probably do some math and figure this out super easy. With like rise over run and find the exact measurements I need. And there's probably even a website that's like slope generator or something like that. But I just eyeballed it and finally got it right. So done. I'm not gonna go do all that. I'm just gonna leave this. I'm just gonna use this one. Okay. And delete that one. And make this one all scratched up. I really like the scratches on these slopes. Oh, come on. There we go. That looks great, because people are going to... The reason I love that on these particular objects especially is because people are going to be doing this all the time. Like, people are gonna power slide, you know, and grind these rails like Tony Hawk. So I really like that I really wanted to put all the scratches and stuff like that, all the scuff marks on there, because it'll feel like a lived-in space. Let's see. Man. Honestly, I'd be surprised if you don't get, like, Joseph Staten, or Staten. I always forget how that is pronounced. You know, if you get his, you'll probably even get his attention on Twitter. He comments on, like, just the most, you know, the stuff that seems to be the most mind-blowing. I don't know. But otherwise, you've got, like, Forge Lord and all them, and doing all their really awesome stuff. So this is not wanting to snap to this one for some reason. And I don't know why. Like, it likes this block, but not this one. So, who knows? I'm going to go ahead and tab into here. Oh, nope, can't do that yet. Gotta turn around. Do it from this side. And line up this. Tab into here. Drag it on over. Let's see. Did that line up? Yeah, that was that easy. Okay, cool. So to make it match the scuff marks here, I want this to be at 100. That looks good. I like that. And then that's going to go down there. So I need to duplicate these and put them over here. Let me know whenever you tweet it out, because I want to immediately go on there and like it. Because that is such a cool job, such a great job. believe. There we go. Now we've got all the rails correct. Oh. Not quite correct, apparently. I'm not sure exactly what I did wrong here, but there we go. I hit tab. Okay, interesting. You can tab between the manipulators. Look at that. That's really cool. Well, movement and then deselect all. And I want to save that off. Yeah, these frames still look a little weird. I mean, they're UNSC building, like frames, and then I can't put the texture right because it's not. And if you look really closely, look at this. This is really dumb. And it needs to be fixed. But let's see. This one. No. Must have been the top one. Why didn't it change? Okay. I'm going to find one that has some nice, good lines to show you. I mean, it's pretty apparent what I'm about to show you if you're paying attention to it already, but you see that? This line, like, that line right there? Let's see. This line here, how it curves and goes back up. It'd actually be nice with this texture because this is like a cloth, but it's also supposed to be, or it's like a, what do you call it? Like a space blanket. It's, but basically it's supposed to look like it's soft, but also it's pinned in at every one of those triangles, one of the corners of every triangle, so it should be perfectly straight. That's the whole point of doing all of those pins. So like you can see that everything's warped, and that's their UV unwrap is messed up. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's on both sides. I can't show you on the other side. I want to say it's mirrored to both sides, so there's no like avoiding it, and it just looks really wonky. But they're gonna have to fix that because most of the textures are gonna look a little bad like that on that particular object. There are a couple of objects that need like little tweaks like that, but nothing too major actually. That's pretty amazing, to be honest. Okay, so this is going to be, look at that, I can just use that as my scale. In fact, I can just grab this and just grab it, move it over, and clip it into that one, and tab out, and then select it again, and oh, now I'm going to have to bring it down. Okay, well I was hoping to be able to use that as my, oh, you know what would work? There. Now I can grow it down until it touches here. That'll be my floor. Right there. And then I can rotate it back and move it over here, turn on snapping, put it right back into position. Select the smaller one. I'm glad that that worked, that it actually selected it. And then I can delete the smaller one. And now I've got the slope going all the way down here, all at the floor level that I wanted at, and I can use this one's snapping points to guide my floor. And let's see, I can go back over here to Halo 2, and I can go down the middle. Yeah, the middle one is where I'm looking at. And see the slopes are there. They come down to the ground. And then tab back over and hold on, actually don't tab out of this. This floor is definitely the same kind. Oh, it doesn't go. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. So this looks good. And yeah, we'll tab back into Halo Infinite. Duplicate this one and use it as my floor down there. Snap to there. Is that right? No. Snap to the upper one. It'll let me. Is that what I've been doing wrong? Does snapping turn off whenever you go into the precision mode? If that's the case, that finally will solve my problem. Yeah, I definitely did not want it to go that low. Doesn't seem to want to snap to my big triangle. Okay, well in that case we'll do it to this one if it will let me. No, it's just trying to bring me down. Jeez, these triangles are so big, their snapping is failing. Oh, wait, that was it. There we go. Okay. Does that mean I could potentially get this one? Because this is actually where I want it to be. Snap to that corner. No, I actually want it even further over this way. For now, I'm just going to throw it in there like this, and then I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to snap something to it that will actually work. It might be that scaling might be a problem. Might make it snap a little easier if it's scaled. Oh, you know what? If it would just snap to this bigger triangle over here, that would be great. Okay, hold on. Maybe that? No, nope. It's a little bit hard to deal with this stuff. Okay, what did it snap to that time? Because it seems pretty good. It's not quite perfect, but... what did it snap to? Yeah, okay, I see what it's doing. Snapping the bottom to the bottom of that ramp. So that's not perfect, but it'll do for now. I really want to snap to this thing. So what I'm gonna do is... let's see. Will it snap to this wall? No. That's really frustrating. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this one. Move it down. This one snaps just fine to itself. I think it's because they're similar scale. And will it snap to this? Yeah, it snaps to that triangle just fine. So the scale needs to come up. If I bring it up, will it snap to the triangle? Or is it about the object type? I don't know. Okay, I'll have to figure that out. But for now, I'm going to do like this and use this. Let's see. Like that, and scale it down a lot and hopefully create a new snapping point for this. No, still nothing. Some objects just don't want to snap to other objects, and I don't understand why it does that. So weird. I'll just have to eyeball it. Been dealing with that since the start. It just won't do it. It doesn't want to do what I want it to do. Okay, so go back to Waterworks in Halo 2. This path, it leads right up to the edge here. So this floor needs to go up to the edge, and then I'll scale it back in just a hair. And I'll have to make new ramps coming off it. So it actually... okay. So... oh, well, that might give me a point to attach to. This might work. Occurs to me that this can be... actually, I will duplicate this and find out where it is. Good. Nope, not where I want to do it. Turn off snapping a bit and turn on this. Grab which of these is pointing in the correct direction. Is it? Yeah, it's this one. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. Control Z. I need to change my pivot. Where is it? Is it move type? 5? Yeah, there we go. Now I can move it back here. Do you know what I need to really start with? Rotating it straight. Which is 5 degrees, 15 degrees. Because I want it to be flat. It needs to be exact width and a proper length. So we can change the length, bring it in, change the width. Turn on snapping, get it centered on the ramp. So that should be centered on the ramp. Yeah, it's inside of... No, it's not centered yet. Okay, I need to get rid of this thing for a minute. And I need to attach this to the ramp. It's still not centered. Oh, right, because the ramp isn't centered. Okay, I need to adjust this ramp until it's the same on both sides. So I have my middle snap point. Okay, just shy of visible on the outside of that panel. Yeah. And that should give me a center line to put this into. And then I can use this, turn off magnets, raise it up, touch that. You know, I didn't tweet out that I'm even live streaming this time. Maybe I should. Because it definitely might help get, you know, viewers in. And I did not do that. So I like how that floor texture lines up here. It doesn't line up anymore. It just lined up as much as I thought it did. Okay. From a distance, it looked like it was lining up perfectly. Okay, so that's better than it was lining up. You know what? That's probably gonna change whenever I scale it. Yeah, I've got to turn it around. Oh, no. Let's undo that and go to 45. So I was doing that at the beginning of building this out, where I would like waste a whole bunch of time by not adjusting my rotation mount every single time. Like, it takes less time to adjust it and than it does to you know, fiddle with the nonsense. And I was just, yeah, it was crazy what I was doing. Okay, so that definitely doesn't line up. This one gets close to lining up, and players probably won't notice the difference while they're running across it like this. It'll probably look like it lines up nicely. And this is way too bright. We're gonna definitely have to adjust that. It feels not... It's still too bright even down here. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so now we can turn on snapping and hopefully... Oh, really? You're not gonna snap to my brand newly placed... See if scaling is the factor this time. It is. It finally is. I think. Yeah, we're snapped to the height. We've got it. Oh, that's a big problem. The problem is that it is... Well, it's snapping to the wrong cube. That will work. That'll solve that. But the reason that happened is because this slope here makes this area actually thinner than this area, and that's accurate to the original map. And I was just, yeah, just having to deal with that. Okay, snap that back in there. Scale it in a bit more. And I think I'm going to use... I'm not going to use this to scale my... or to snap my, my rails and stuff. I'm going to be using this thing. So, okay. So we've got a floor here. Alright. Now, these columns are going to be cool. Actually feels really deep. What I'm... like this does. This feels super deep. Maybe I need to bring it down further. But like, these ceilings already feel very high compared to what we have in here. So, question is, did I do something wrong from the start a long time ago to get this room the right length? Is my entire map slightly off in scale because this middle room is too wide on my map? I don't think so. Couldn't be, because I've got this all this stuff is like pretty well eyeballed 1-to-1, and then I've got all the rocks out here eyeballed 1-to-1, so I'm not sure how I ended up with this middle room feeling so much larger, like so much longer, and not lining up down here with the floor. Like this should go straight down into these columns, and this should be really not too wide. So I must have... maybe I need to... like I'm trying to fly here, and it's just... I think I might have to lower this down lower to do it. And maybe I do need to snap it to that. But that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, my deselect all is broken. Mouse over, click it. I just realized I started moving that without verifying that I wasn't selecting anything else. I hope I didn't move some random object somewhere. I kept on grabbing this column at one point. Yeah. Can't wait to be able to lock this thing. Once I can lock this giant building, I'm not going to have to worry about it getting messed up again. Oh, did I undo? No, I just didn't. It's not centered anymore. Okay, we're going to snap this to here. This must be the correct depth. Which means that my columns... you know, those columns are going to hide this anyway. Okay, yeah, no, this is fine. This is perfect, actually, because this is going to be the correct width. Okay, I was just... it was entirely my own fault. It wasn't the room is wrong. And I'm really glad for that, because this almost confirms. This confirms for me. I actually had been worried about that this whole time I was making the map, is that I made this room too wide. Like, too long, rather. And, because it just didn't... I just felt like it was a little too long. But then, this being the right width as it comes out here kind of confirms... okay. Oh, Alt-Tab. That's what I did wrong. This being the right width here is kind of confirming that I've got it right. I mean, it's a little bit off, so maybe I did make it a little too wide, but you can sprint now, so that shouldn't be a big problem. And what that do, it'll make this area down here a little wider, which is good because it was always just a little too tight in the original. And that was kind of part of the charm, but in Halo Infinite, you can't have a vehicle be jamming up on the walls like that. It's gonna... A, it's gonna be terrible to play, and B, it's going to be, you know, like, people are gonna be complaining about it, but also, like, it'll... what was I gonna say? The effect it would have on gameplay is that you'd end up with, excuse me, the tanks. The tanks were overpowered in Halo 2. Not overpowered. Not like broken or bad. Just, you know, very powerful. And this will definitely avoid that problem. Okay, so I'm going to select this, duplicate it, and make it my column. And I'm going to snap it there. Change its... jeez. Okay. I'm going to change the depth and snap it into position. Actually, I'm going to snap it off the floor if I can. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And then change this up. This is before the slope, so it doesn't need to be poking through that wall anyway, so it's actually perfect sort of where it is. Get that just to cover the ramp. Turn it around. Twitter, awesome. Yeah, so I think you probably posted a picture or sent me another message. Ooh, another message, nice. Best I can get for now. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pull that up over here so that I can show it on the stream. Zoom in on it. That looks great. That looks fantastic. And with fancy lighting, it'll look even nicer. And I am going to do that. I'll put the sunset behind the, you know, behind the tree. Behind the cliff line, so that it's sort of beaming down and sort of also makes the cliff itself feel darker, you know? Which will be really cool. I think that, let's see. I think that a lot of it's going to be really cool. I really like that. I don't remember what my thought was going to be, but yeah. So it starts before the ramp actually appears. So I need to, did you tweet out that other picture of the one you made? With the light, with the sunset and all that? Because that was amazing. Unless you're trying to save it for me so my map is like more original and then everyone else is copying my map by having your trees in it with the lighting, because you don't, if that's what you're doing, you don't have to do that. I'm sure that you will, I'm sure that my map will stand on its own. I would definitely, yeah, you can see a few clipping points, but overall it's fine. Yeah, I agree. It's great. No, not yet though, still work in progress. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, right, the ceiling. Oh, jeez, I'm dumb. The ceiling, I was saying the ceiling felt a little too tall. That's because I don't have the ceiling. I'm currently just looking at the floor up here. The ceiling is actually smaller than that. Okay, that's why all the scale felt off. That was all of my problem. Okay, so I actually had, that was one of the first things I did this morning, was I pulled this up so that it wouldn't be sticking to the floor, but I forgot that actually I do need this to be sticking to the floor. Even more so than that. Let's see. Let me get to the bottom of the ramp and look up in Halo 2. I'm even on the ramp a little bit, so I'm a little higher than I should be. This door is definitely really much smaller. Bring this down. That looks right. Let's see. Looking down the ramp, it'll have that profile. And looking down the ramp, I don't know the profile yet because it needs to be, I need that on this side. So let me do that. Duplicate. Flip it around. And, Okay, that should be perfect. Okay, so the profile is a little off. We want to make this a little bit taller. And that should be closer to it. Bring this up. Just leave it there for now. Let's see. That's just a little too tall now. But I can bring it down a little bit. Like that. That feels like the same door. Okay, cool. And then... okay. I think somehow I'm doing this wrong. Believe that somehow I'm doing this wrong. And I need to, yeah, okay. Cool, okay. I need this to be back here. And I need to bring it back in. Because it needs to be flat with that wall. Then I need to... no, not like that. No. Okay, undo that, undo that. Oh, jeez. I messed it up. Okay, so... A. Change pivot point. Flip it around. Right? No. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. Okay. So I need that to be snapped to there. Oh, wait. Is it because did I rotate it this way? I don't know. Anyway, I'll just scale it. Make it work. Okay. Undo that. Change my pivot point. To there. Pull around. Add the tree to my notes and lock the version. Oh, you have the mod saved. Okay, cool. No, not yet. That's still a work in progress. I have to go. Yeah. Mod saved. Cool. I'll add the tree to my notes and lock the version. Sounds great. That's amazing. And I will absolutely put that into my thing. Do you have that as a prefab to be able to... oh, I guess, yeah, it's a work in progress, what I'm talking about. And I'm not even working on that map yet anyway, so I don't need it yet. But, man, it's going to be cool. Okay. So, what did I do wrong with this? Why am I having trouble? Will be back? Okay, cool. If I end up, finishing streaming, then yeah. Oh, okay, you'll watch me on TV. Sounds great. That sounds awesome. Let's see. So what I'm looking at is that my railing is not touching here, but this is flat here, so that's not right. Something is wrong here. And I believe that something's off about these ramps, maybe. Like they may have always been the wrong angle because they're already really long. But if I angle them up, then that should fix that. Let's see what I've got over here in Halo 2. Does it feel like it's the wrong angle? Here, looking at the two. Yeah. It might be my map is too wide by just a little bit across the whole map. And that would be a bit of a pain to fix because of how many parts are involved. What parts are involved? And I can probably help figure this out by going here and turning off my side panel and seeing how wide this part of the building is. Because that's the only thing that I didn't get I wasn't able to like really look at to see perfect scaling. Yeah, a lot of objects are going to have to be scaled to bring all of it in. And that's not good. Yeah, I think I've got right here. Got my height wrong. Or not my height, my width. Jeez, that's gonna be a huge fix. Oh, okay. My Walmart groceries are here, so actually you had to go, and now I have to go, so that's actually perfect time, I guess, to end the stream for now. Alright, I'll catch you later. My Walmart grocery delivery order has arrived.